On this week's weekly video fishing forecast, we have more of what's in the March glossy edition of the Fisherman magazine. I have the takeaways from last week's meeting to decide on the final 2023 sea bass regulations. More good news on cod. We stopped in at Campside Sports Shop in Huntington to see what's new. We have all the upcoming events and our correspondence check-in from around the island, all here at thefisherman.com.
The Fishing News is sponsored by these fine partners. The Long Island Boat and Fishing Show is back at the Nassau Coliseum March 10th through the 12th. Long Island's best boat and tackle dealers will be there with huge savings. Free parking all weekend and Friday free admission for first responders and military. For boat show information, visit nyboatshows.com.
Today is Thursday the 2nd, and the March glossy issue of the Fisherman magazine is out now and on newsstands. Need to repair a guide? Check out my informative read with all the steps that you need to give you the confidence to do it yourself. Want some tips on fishing the mag darter? Check out the article from Greg Taylor. And Tom Melton has great tips on jig styles for largemouth bass here on the island. All this and more in the March glossy edition of the Fisherman magazine. Now let's check on the upcoming events. This weekend, Saturday, March 4th, is the Ward Melville High School Saltwater Seminar and Fundraiser. Free admission, and it's a great show. For all you tuna enthusiasts out there, Canyon Runner will be holding their tuna seminar on March 4th as well at Captain Bill's in Bayshore. There are still a few seats available. This Saturday morning, Marine Mate in Lindenhurst has coffee and donuts at 9 a.m. to noon. Stop in and say hello to old friends and talk some boating. The Long Island Boat and Fishing Show comes to town March 10th through the 12th. Also that same weekend is the Lindenhurst Flea Market, and out east on Sunday the 12th is the 8th Annual Fisherman's Flea Market, sponsored by the Sag Harbor Fire Department. Visit thefisherman.com/events for all the details.
The Babylon Fisherman's Flea Market is now better than ever in its new location. The American Legion, 22 Grove Place, Babylon. Save the date, Sunday, March 19th, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Over 50 tables with new and used fishing gear. Door prizes every hour. Get your fishing questions answered by the Pro Roundtable. Get all the details at fishermanfleamarket.com.
This week we paid a visit to Campside in Huntington Station, one of Long Island's premier fishing and outdoor shops. Every time I walk into the store in Huntington Station, it's actually Campside Sports Shop in Huntington Station. I was really impressed by what they got here between their tackle, rods, reels, huge fly tying selection, and their new clothing room. I'm here with Carmine. He's going to get on the screen in 1 second. He's going to tell us more about what they have going on here at Campside.
And I just wanted to let you all know about our brand new room. We've been renovating it, and we're still renovating it as of today. We have brand new stuff from Grundens. We have brand new stuff from Sims, Corkers, and a lot of different clothing, and we're always adding to it. We have all your inshore fishing needs. We have rod and reel combinations that we can put together for you. This is one of my favorites. It's a Loomis GCX. It's very, very light and very, very strong. And I have a VR50. We can put these together for you. We can have any combination you like. And we also spool them up right here with a professional winding service. We're known to have the most materials for tough fly tying on Long Island. We have bucktails, we have chenille, we have flash, we have all kinds of things and threads for your fly tying abilities. And it's a great thing to do in the wintertime. We can show you everything you need to know. We have vices, threads, bobbins, all the materials. And it's a great hobby to have for the rest of your life.
Campside is located at 877 New York Avenue in Huntington Station. Hey, if you know Jackson, let him know that he won the giveaway last week, and we need to get in touch with him so we can get him his Berkeley lures, soft baits from Savage, and mini bucktails from Spro. Keep on watching. We'll have more giveaways in the future. Captain Joe and Ray from the King Cod in Santa Mauritius reported both boats sailed over the weekend. On Sunday, they had a small weather opportunity. What started out as glassy calm conditions and no wind quickly went to 30 knots out of the west-southwest, with seas up to 7 feet. Aboard the King Cod, Captain Ray got an early start in the dark with his 6-passenger charter. They managed to make the long steam down east and proceeded to whip up on the cod before the weather came up. Those boys saw a full boat limit of codfish to 10 pounds for both customers and crew. They were back and tied up safely by 1 p.m. Aboard the larger open boat king cod, they also saw good fishing. The totals were 55 keeper cod to 14 pounds for their 20-person group. More shorts in the mix. Some nice limits were taken around the boat. The Super Hawk and Point Lookout also cashed in on some decent cod fishing with a mix of porgies over the weekend with plenty of keepers to go around the boat. They will be sailing special 5 a.m. trips on March 3rd, 5th, 8th, and 12th. The cost is $120 per person.
For more than 20 years, anglers everywhere have come to know one thing, that nothing says no to fish bites.
Last week was the meeting on the new regs for sea bass at the DEC headquarters in Kings Park, and I was there. Many others expressed their opinions, and well, let's face it, none of the options are good. We're looking at a 10% reduction for the 2023 season. 3 choices are on the table right now that equate to a 10% reduction. Option 1 is increasing the size limit to 16.5 inches, up a half inch from last year. 2 would be starting the season on July 1st, which is a loss of 8 days in comparison to 2022. And the third option would be a 2 fish bag limit for the first portion of the season, with cutting 5 days off the beginning as well. Leave a comment below on the option that you prefer. The final decision will be made in the coming weeks. Don't forget, this video is available as a podcast on iTunes and Google Podcasts. Search for the Fisherman Magazine podcast and subscribe so you can listen to this broadcast and our other content. With our fly and freshwater report, we have Paul McCain from River Bay Outfitters.
Hello, Matt. Well, it's unbelievable. The calm before the storm. I thought we were out of winter, and it's coming back tonight. So my good friend Dave, he said, let's go up and try a little stream up in Connecticut that he knows. And it's after a 2.5-hour ride. It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. There were 3 of us. We all caught fish. It was actually a terrific time. It's a small stream in Connecticut. Connecticut has, their season actually ends on the 1st of March and opens on the 2nd Saturday of April. But this is a trout management area, and it's open all year. So it's and it's fly fishing only up here. It really is pretty. It's going to be on my bucket list to do this more. As far as down on the island, you know, when the days are warm, you can get out there and catch some nice pickerel and bluegills and even some bass in these ponds that we have. They're warming up. Maybe not after tonight, but they're also the Connect one, of course, is doing very well. Saltwater, hearing a little bit of things like a little bit of life is coming in as far as the stripers. I think they're holdovers. I think these have been holding out the deeper holes. On warmer days, they come out and play. But we'll see, you know? We'll see. It's still early. I can't believe they're talking about 4 inches of snow tonight. Absolutely gorgeous today. So, until next week, tie lines, everybody.
Let's check in with Dave Rogers. Dave.
Thank you, Matt. All is quiet on the western Long Island front, and I am anticipating stripers showing up soon, but they don't seem to be here in force yet. It may be another month until the fishing really picks up, but hopefully the stripers show up early. In the meantime, a great shortcut to getting on a hot bite is to travel south. Way down south. I'm talking about the most southern series of islands mainland America has. Of course, I'm talking about the Florida Keys. The Florida Keys hold a special place in my heart, and I've been traveling there annually to get on a bite. My favorite fish to target is the tarpon, and I'm going to share with you all the technique that works best for me. First off, you want to get on the water, whether it be in a boat or a kayak, that's up to you. Personally, I use my kayak. In terms of location, tarpon are known for cruising along the bridges of the Florida Keys. All kinds of bait gets pushed off the flats of the backcountry via the outgoing tide, and the tarpon knows this and waits by the bridges in ambush. The key to getting them to bite is to present one of their favorite snacks on a floating bobber, whether it be a pinfish, mullet, or a grunt. Much like the striper, tarpon like to hang out on the bottom of the water column and look up for bait to ambush. Having the live bait on a bobber makes sure the bait stays in the top water column where the tarpon are ready to strike. Your boat or kayak needs to be anchored up current so your live bait presentation flows towards the bridge and can be held in the shadow line of the bridge. With this kind of setup, I managed to land a migrating tarpon, and it was one of the best experiences of my life. If you ever find yourself in the Keys, the bobber technique is a great go-to for a variety of species, but especially tarpon. To see the full fight I had with this majestic beast, make sure to check out Funky Fishing on YouTube. I'm hoping to have some striper news real soon. After all, the season is right around the corner. Stay safe and warm, everyone. Back to you, Matt.
Remember to like our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and tap on the bell to be notified instantly when we post a new video on YouTube. Check out this video's description on YouTube for all the related links and index for specific reports. Don't forget to please support our correspondents by visiting their websites and their social media pages. We hope to see you at the Ward Melville event this weekend. We'll give you some BKK hooks and fish bites for signing up. See you right here next week at thefisherman.com.